All right, so today we're going to be taking a deep dive into addiction treatment marketing.
Okay.
And specifically, we're going to be looking at the website of this company called MasterMindSEO,
Right.
who seem to be experts in this field. And just from browsing their website, I've been learning a lot.
Yeah, it's fascinating stuff.
And it seems like a very interesting niche to be involved in marketing. I mean,
Yeah.
you've got this really important service
Yeah.
that needs to reach people who are at a very delicate point in their life.
Absolutely at their most vulnerable.
Yeah, and so how do you do that effectively and ethically?
Right.
And MasterMindSEO seem to think that they've cracked the code.
Yeah, and one of the first things that stood out to me on their website was their focus on legit script certification.
Yeah, I noticed that too, and it seems like that's a really big deal in this field.
It is. It's like a gold standard for legitimacy.
Right, so it's like a way for treatment centers to prove that they're the real deal.
Exactly. And it helps them build trust with potential patients and with Google.
Right, because Google's not going to want to send people to a website that's...
Shady or untrustworthy.
Yeah, exactly.
So having that legit script certification is like a signal to Google that this is a legitimate business.
Right, it makes sense.
It builds trust all around.
So we'll definitely have to dig deeper into that later.
Yeah.
But before we get into all the ethical considerations, I'm curious about their core marketing approach.
Okay.
Like, what's their bread and butter?
Well, they're all about SEO, search engine optimization.
Right. So making sure that when someone searches for addiction treatment or rehab near me, these Treat My Centers are popping up at the top of the search results.
Exactly. They believe that dominating the search landscape is absolutely key, and Google is their main battleground.
Makes sense. I mean, Google is where most people go to find information these days.
It's the first stop for almost everyone.
Yeah. So how do they go about dominating the search results?
Well, they have this kind of mantra that they repeat over and over again: entity content links.
Entity content links. Okay, so it's like a three-pronged approach. All right, so let's break that down.
Okay.
Starting with entity, what does that even mean in the context of addiction treatment marketing?
So think of it this way: before Google's going to trust you with a top ranking,
Yeah.
they want to know that you're a real reputable player in the addiction treatment space.
Okay.
Like you're not just some fly-by-night operation.
Right.
So entity is all about building that trust and legitimacy online.
So it's like establishing your credibility as a business.
Exactly. It's about making sure your online presence is rock solid.
Okay.
Consistent branding, accurate business information listed across the board. All the things that tell Google, hey, this is a real business. This is a trustworthy source of information.
So it's not enough to just have a website and hope for the best.
No, not at all. You have to be proactive about building your online reputation.
I see. So it's kind of like how a brick and mortar business would build a reputation in their local community.
Exactly. You got to put in the work to establish yourself as a trusted authority.
Okay, so you've got that solid foundation, the entity, then comes the content. What are they saying about creating content that actually works for this audience?
Well, it's all about going beyond those generic blog posts about addiction. The ones that just scratch the surface.
Yeah, I've seen those.
MasterMindSEO, they really stress the importance of creating content that speaks directly to the fears and concerns of potential patients and their families.
So it's about getting real, getting specific.
Exactly. They encourage their clients to create content that addresses specific types of addiction, treatment modalities, different approaches to treatment,
Right.
and even like the financial aspects of treatment, because that can be a huge barrier for people.
Absolutely.
So they really believe that transparency and empathy are key when it comes to creating content for this audience.
So providing real value, not just trying to snag clicks with generic advice.
Exactly. They want their clients to become a trusted resource, a beacon of hope for people who are often feeling lost and overwhelmed.
That's a good way to put it. Okay, so you've got the entity, the content, and then comes the links.
Right, and this is where the real SEO magic happens.
Okay, so explain this to me. Like, I'm 5 years old because I know links are important for SEO, but I'm not exactly sure why.
Okay, so think of links as referrals from other websites.
Okay.
The more high-quality, relevant websites that are linking to your website, the more Google thinks, hey, this website must be valuable and trustworthy.
So it's like a vote of confidence from other websites.
Exactly.
And the more votes you get, the higher you rank.
Right, and MasterMindSEO, they have a whole arsenal of strategies for building these links.
Like what?
Well, everything from guest blogging on reputable health sites to getting listed in industry directories.
Right.
It's a whole process.
Sounds like a lot of work.
It can be, but they argue that it's worth it in the long run.
Right, because those top rankings translate into real people finding the help they need.
Exactly. Those clicks become phone calls and admissions and ultimately lives changed.
And that's what it's all about, right?
Absolutely. But getting those clicks is only half the battle.
True.
MasterMindSEO also emphasizes the importance of converting those clicks into actual phone calls and admissions.
Right, you could have the best website in the world, but if it's not driving real-world action.
It's not doing its job.
Exactly. So how do they bridge that gap between online visibility and actual patient intake?
That's where their expertise in Google My Business, or what's now known as Google Business Places, comes in.
Okay, I've heard of that.
They believe that a well-optimized GMB profile is essential for attracting local patients.
Right, because people are often searching for treatment options in their immediate area.
Exactly. They really hammer home the importance of those micro moments, those times when someone searches drug rehab near me or alcohol detox centers in city names.
So you got to be right there, front and center, when someone is actively seeking help.
Exactly. And they don't just tell clients to set up a GMB profile and call it a day. They dig deep into optimizing those profiles for maximum visibility.
Look, what kind of tactics are we talking about?
Well, they go beyond the basic 3 Ps of proximity, prominence, and place that you hear so much about.
Right, proximity being how close you are to the searcher, prominence being how well known your business is, and place being.
Your actual physical location.
Okay, so what do they do differently?
They understand that the algorithm is constantly evolving, so they focus on staying ahead of the curve. For example, they advise clients to leverage Google's questions and answers feature on GMB to proactively address common concerns and highlight their unique selling points.
So it's like anticipating the questions potential patients might have and providing those answers right there on their GMB profile.
Exactly. It's about making it as easy as possible for people to find the information they need and feel confident in choosing that particular treatment center.
Smart. It's like preemptively addressing those doubts and fears that can often prevent someone from reaching out for help.
Right, and they also encourage clients to regularly update their GMB profiles with fresh photos, videos, even virtual tours of their facilities.
So it's like giving potential patients a sneak peek inside, showing them the welcoming environment, the compassionate staff.
Exactly. It's about building that trust and connection visually even before someone steps foot in the center.
It sounds like they've really thought this through.
They have, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. Beyond GMB, MasterMindSEO offers a whole suite of services designed to help treatment centers thrive.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Let's dive into those.
All right?
I'm particularly interested in their content creation strategy. It's one thing to say create valuable content, but it's another thing to actually do it. What sets MasterMindSEO's approach apart?
Well, they have this deep understanding of the addiction recovery audience. It's not just about churning out generic blog posts about addiction.
Yeah, we talked about that.
They encourage their clients to create content that's hyper-targeted and addresses specific needs and concerns.
Can you give me an example?
Sure, instead of just writing a blog post about the benefits of rehab, they might encourage a client to create a series of articles on rehab for young adults, rehab for executives, rehab for veterans, each tailored to the specific challenges and concerns of that demographic.
So it's about meeting people where they are and speaking to their specific pain points?
Exactly. And it's not just about attracting patients. It's about attracting the right patients, those who are a good fit for the specific treatment programs offered by the center.
That makes sense. It benefits both the patient and the treatment center to ensure that there's a good match from the start, so content is key. But what about the operational side of things? Running a treatment center is a complex business, and there are a lot of moving parts beyond just marketing.
You're absolutely right, and MasterMindSEO recognizes that.
Okay.
They actually offer consulting services on all aspects of running a treatment center, from setting up call centers that can handle inquiries 24/7
Wow.
to navigating the often complex world of licensing and accreditation.
So they're not just marketing gurus, they're almost like addiction treatment business consultants.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. They seem to have a deep understanding of the industry as a whole, and they leverage that knowledge to help their clients succeed on all fronts.
That's impressive. All right, now we can't ignore the elephant in the room. Social media, it's everywhere and it's constantly evolving. What's MasterMindSEO's take on social media marketing for addiction treatment centers?
Well, they're very strategic about it. They understand that different platforms appeal to different demographics, and they help their clients craft targeted campaigns that resonate with potential patients
Okay.
on platforms like Facebook, Instagram, even TikTok.
TikTok, really?
Yeah,
I'm surprised to hear that it seems like such a youth-oriented platform.
it is, but that's exactly why it can be so effective for reaching young people who are struggling with addiction or their concerned friends and family members.
Ah, I see. So you got to go where the audience is.
Exactly.
I'm guessing they also emphasize YouTube, especially considering Google owns it.
Absolutely. They see YouTube as a powerful tool for building trust and authority. They encourage clients to create high-quality video content that showcases their facilities,
Okay.
introduces their staff, and shares inspiring recovery stories.
It's about putting a human face on the treatment process.
Exactly. And because YouTube is a search engine in itself,
Right.
they also emphasize optimizing those videos for relevant keywords so that potential patients can easily find them when they're searching for help online.
It's all about maximizing visibility and making sure that the right information is reaching the right people at the right time. It sounds like a pretty comprehensive approach.
It is, and they don't stop there.
Oh, there's more.
Oh yeah. They also delve into the world of software solutions, recognizing that technology plays a vital role in running an efficient and effective treatment center.
Okay, now we're getting into the nitty-gritty. What kind of software are we talking about?
They emphasize the importance of CRM and EMR software,
Okay, and just to remind our listeners, CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management.
right? And it helps treatment centers manage their interactions with potential and current patients.
Got it.
It's all about tracking leads, nurturing relationships, and providing personalized care.
So it's about streamlining communication and making sure that nothing falls through the cracks.
Exactly.
Okay, and what about EMR?
EMR stands for Electronic Medical Records, and it's all about keeping patient information secure, organized, and easily accessible
Right.
for authorized personnel.
Makes sense, especially in a field where privacy and confidentiality are paramount.
Absolutely. At MasterMindSEO, they don't just recommend any old CRM or EMR system.
Okay.
They have expertise in implementing specific platforms that are known for their security, reliability, and ease of use,
Like what?
like Salesforce and HubSpot.
Oh, yeah, those are big names in the software world.
They are, and they're a good fit for the addiction treatment industry.
So they're not just tech savvy, they're also very specific about which tools they recommend for this industry.
Right? They understand that choosing the right software can make a huge difference in a treatment center's efficiency, productivity, and ultimately its success in providing quality care.
Now, with all this focus on technology and data, it's interesting that MasterMindSEO also stresses the importance of something that's inherently human branding.
They do. They believe that a strong brand is crucial in this field, especially considering the sensitive nature of the services being offered.
Right.
They offer branding services including logo design, website design, messaging development to help treatment centers create a visual identity that conveys professionalism, trust, and compassion.
It's about more than just having a catchy name and a pretty website.
It is. It's about creating a brand that reflects the center's values and its commitment to providing compassionate care.
I see. It's like creating a visual representation of the center's heart and soul.
Exactly. They understand that people seeking addiction treatment are often feeling vulnerable and uncertain. A strong brand can provide a sense of reassurance and hope, making it more likely that someone will reach out for help.
It's almost like creating a beacon of trust and understanding in what can feel like a very dark and isolating experience.
That's a great way to put it.
This is fascinating. We've only just scratched the surface of MasterMindSEO's approach, and I'm already impressed by their depth of knowledge and their commitment to ethical marketing practices.
Me too. And we haven't even touched on their emphasis on LegitScript certification and their work with starting new treatment centers.
Right. There's so much more to explore. I guess that's why it's called a deep dive.
Exactly.
Well, folks, we're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back to continue our deep dive into the world of MasterMindSEO and addiction treatment marketing. Stay tuned.
Sounds good.
Welcome back. We're diving deep into the world of MasterMindSEO and addiction treatment marketing, and it's fascinating stuff.
It is. There's so much more to it than I ever realized.
Me too. And one of the things that keeps popping up is this whole LegitScript certification thing. Like, they really emphasize it.
They do. It's a big deal.
But I gotta be honest, I'm still a little fuzzy on what it actually is and why it's such a big deal in this industry.
Okay, so imagine like a seal of approval for addiction treatment providers.
Okay.
That's basically what LegitScript is. It's this independent organization that comes in and vets businesses.
To make sure they're legit.
Exactly, to make sure they're operating legally, ethically, and transparently. And it's not an easy process to get certified.
So not every treatment center gets this seal of approval.
Right, it's like a stamp of legitimacy in an industry that's have its fair share of bad actors.
Right. So it's a way for the good guys to stand out.
Exactly, and you can see why that's crucial for building trust with potential patients. You know, when someone is struggling with addiction, they're often at their most vulnerable.
Absolutely.
They need to know that they can trust the treatment center they're choosing.
And Google seems to like it too, right?
Oh, absolutely. Google wants to promote websites that are trustworthy and provide a positive user experience, and LegitScript certification helps them do that.
So it's like a signal to Google that this is a business worth promoting.
Exactly. It's a win-win for everyone involved, especially the patients.
Now, what I find interesting is that MasterMindSEO doesn't just say, hey, get LegitScript certified and leave it at that.
Right.
They actually help their clients navigate the certification process.
They do. They have a whole team dedicated to helping treatment centers gather the necessary documentation,
Oh, wow.
prepare for the LegitScript audit, and address any potential red flags that could jeopardize their certification.
It's like they're holding their clients' hands through the whole thing.
Pretty much they're really invested in helping their clients do things the right way.
And that probably sets them apart from some of their
Oh,
competitors,
for sure.
who might be more focused on quick wins.
Then long-term legitimacy.
Now, speaking of long-term, they're also big on helping people start new treatment centers.
They are. They have a whole consulting arm dedicated to helping entrepreneurs develop business plans for various types of addiction treatment facilities,
Like what?
like sober living homes, for example.
Okay, so it's like they're helping to create more resources for people struggling with addiction.
Exactly. They're not just about marketing existing centers. They're also about expanding access to treatment.
That's amazing. It seems like they really have a heart for this.
They do. They seem to really care about making a difference in this field.
Okay, so let's talk about the marketing side of things again.
All right.
One thing that stood out to me on their website was their emphasis on video marketing, specifically YouTube.
Right. Well, it makes sense. YouTube is owned by Google, so there's an obvious SEO benefit there.
Right, of course.
But beyond that, video is just such a powerful medium for this kind of service.
How so?
Well, think about it. People struggling with addiction often feel isolated.
Yeah.
Ashamed real people share their recovery stories on video. Seeing the faces of compassionate therapists, getting a glimpse inside a welcoming treatment center, it can be incredibly powerful.
Yeah, I can see that.
It can make recovery feel more tangible, more attainable.
So it's about humanizing the experience and breaking down those barriers of stigma and fear.
Exactly. And MasterMindSEO, they get that they're not just telling their clients to slap together any old video.
Right.
They're helping them craft compelling stories that resonate with their target audience.
And I'm guessing they also help with the technical aspects of YouTube optimization, things like keywords and description.
Oh, absolutely. They know that a beautiful video won't do much good if no one can find it.
Right.
They help their clients choose the right keywords, write compelling descriptions, and even create custom thumbnails that grab attention.
So they're approaching YouTube as an extension of their SEO strategy.
Exactly. They're creating this whole ecosystem of content with the website at the center.
Right.
And all these other channels like EMB and YouTube feeding into it.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about attracting patients.
Yep.
But one thing that hasn't come up yet is the financial side of running a treatment center.
Right.
How do they address that?
Well, they have a whole section on their website dedicated to substance abuse billing
Okay.
and treatment center billing.
I'm not surprised navigating insurance and billing can be a nightmare in any area of healthcare.
Tell me about it.
But I imagine it's particularly complex in the addiction treatment field.
It is. There are so many different insurance plans, each with their own rules and regulations.
Yeah.
And then there's the issue of confidentiality, making sure that patient information is handled with the utmost care and discussion.
So it's a lot to juggle.
It is, but MasterMindSEO, they help treatment centers develop comprehensive billing strategies,
Okay.
streamline their billing processes, and train their staff on best practices for handling patient financial information.
So they're like billing consultants as well.
Pretty much, they even offer consulting services to help centers negotiate contracts with insurance companies
Oh, wow.
and maximize their reimbursement rates.
So they're really trying to help treatment centers thrive from a financial perspective.
Absolutely. They understand that financial stability is crucial for any treatment center to be successful and to continue serving its community.
It's about sustainability, making sure that the center can keep its doors open and continue helping people for years to come.
Exactly. They're taking a long-term view, recognizing that financial health is essential for any business.
Especially one that's providing such a vital service.
Right. They're really committed to making a difference in this field.
Now, they also mention Integrations Treatment Center on their website. What exactly does that refer to?
So that reflects this growing understanding in the field that addiction and mental health issues often go hand in hand.
Right, they're often intertwined.
Exactly. So an integrations treatment center is one that addresses both of these aspects simultaneously,
Okay.
recognizing that you can't really treat one without considering the other.
So it's about taking a more holistic approach.
Exactly. Recognizing that each individual is unique and tailoring treatment plans to address their specific needs, both physically and mentally.
And MasterMindSEO is helping these integrated treatment centers market their services effectively.
They understand that the messaging for an integrated treatment center needs to be nuanced.
Right? It's not just about promoting addiction treatment.
It's about highlighting the center's expertise in treating co-occurring disorders and offering a comprehensive approach to healing.
It's about reaching people who might be struggling with both addiction and mental health challenges and might not even realize that integrated treatment is an option.
Right. It's about providing hope and support for those who might feel like they're fighting a losing battle on multiple fronts.
This is really eye-opening. I had no idea how much depth there was to addiction treatment marketing or how much MasterMindSEO is doing doing to elevate the field and promote ethical practices.
Me neither. It's impressive.
It is, and it's inspiring to see a company that's not just focused on the bottom line, but also genuinely invested in making a positive impact.
I agree. They're setting a high bar for the industry.
They are, and speaking of making a positive impact, they're not just helping existing treatment centers, they're also helping to launch new ones, particularly sober living homes, which play such a vital role in the recovery journey.
Absolutely. Sober living homes provide that safe, structured, and supportive environment for individuals transitioning back into independent living.
Right after they've completed a treatment program?
Exactly. They offer that sense of community accountability and ongoing support that can be crucial for maintaining sobriety.
So it's like a stepping stone back to a normal life.
In a way, and MasterMindSEO is helping aspiring sober living home operators develop comprehensive business plans,
Okay.
navigate licensing and regulatory requirements, and create those thriving, supportive environments for residents.
It's like they're providing a roadmap for creating a successful and impactful sober living home.
Exactly. They're not just building businesses, they're building communities of recovery.
This is truly inspiring. MasterMindSEO's commitment to ethical marketing and expanding access to addiction treatment is commendable.
I agree, they're a force for good in this industry.
They are. Now we've covered a lot of ground here, from SEO and Google My Business to YouTube marketing, billing strategies, and even launching new treatment facilities.
Right, we've barely scratched the surface.
We have, but there's one key aspect of MasterMindSEO's approach that we haven't delved into yet, and it's arguably the foundation of their success, their deep understanding of software solutions.
Oh yeah, they're big on technology.
They are, and they don't just recommend any software. They have a keen eye for identifying and implementing the most effective tools for addiction treatment centers,
Right.
specifically in the realms of CRM and EMR.
Those are essential for any modern treatment center.
They are. So let's break that down a bit further for our listeners. What makes their approach to software implementation so unique?
Well, they understand that technology can either empower a treatment center or become a burden if it's not chosen and implemented correctly.
Right. You don't want it to be more trouble than it's worth.
Exactly. So they have a team of experts who are deeply familiar with the specific needs of addiction treatment centers, and they know which platforms will streamline operations, enhance communication, and ultimately improve patient care.
So it's not a one-size-fits-all approach.
No, not at all. They're tailoring their recommendations to each individual treatment center's needs and goals.
So they're taking a consultative approach.
Exactly. They're working closely with treatment center staff to understand their pain points, their workflows, their long-term vision.
It's about finding the right fit.
Right. They're not just installing software, they're creating customized solutions that are designed to make a real difference.
Can you give us some examples of the specific software they recommend?
Sure, on the CRM side, they're big proponents of platforms like Salesforce and HubSpot.
Okay, yeah, those are popular choices.
They are, and they're known for their robust features, their intuitive interfaces, and their scalability.
Okay.
So they help treatment centers leverage these platforms to manage leads, track patient interactions, automate marketing campaigns, and gather valuable data that can inform their decision-making.
So it's about much more than just keeping track of contact information.
Right. It's about using technology to nurture relationships, personalize care, and improve outcomes.
Now, what about EMR?
On the EMR side, they have expertise in implementing platforms that are specifically designed for the behavioral health field,
Okay.
ensuring compliance with HIPAA regulations and providing secure storage for sensitive patient information.
That's crucial. Privacy and confidentiality are paramount in addiction treatment.
Absolutely. And they go beyond just implementing the software.
Okay.
They also provide ongoing training and support to ensure that staff members are comfortable using the new systems
Right.
and maximizing their potential.
It's like they're providing a safety net, making sure that treatment centers don't feel overwhelmed by new technology
Right.
and can fully embrace its benefits.
Exactly. They're removing the fear factor from technology adoption and empowering treatment centers to leverage these tools to their full advantage.
Now, we've talked about the technical aspects of software implementation,
Yeah.
but what about the human element? How do they ensure that these new systems are actually improving the patient experience?
Well, they understand that technology is only as good as the people using it. So they work closely with treatment center staff to identify areas where technology can enhance the patient journey,
Okay.
whether it's streamlining the admissions process, providing more personalized communication, or offering online resources and support.
So it's about finding that sweet spot where technology complements human interaction, not replaces it.
Exactly. They're not trying to automate empathy or compassion.
Right.
They're using technology to create more opportunities for genuine human connection.
Okay, so even with all the sophisticated technology and data-driven marketing strategies,
Yep.
MasterMindSEO hasn't forgotten about the power of a strong visual identity.
No, they haven't. They believe that branding is crucial in addiction treatment,
Okay,
especially when it comes to creating a sense of trust, safety, and hope.
makes sense.
So they offer branding services, including logo design, website design, messaging development, to help treatment centers craft a visual identity that resonates with their target audience.
I'm curious, what makes branding in this field so unique?
Well, there's a delicate balance to strike. You want to convey professionalism and expertise,
Right.
but you also don't want to come across as cold or clinical.
So you have to find that right tone.
Exactly. You want to project warmth, compassion, a sense of understanding.
It's about creating a visual language that speaks to people who are often feeling vulnerable and uncertain.
Right. And MasterMindSEO, they seem to have a knack for this. They're helping treatment centers create brands that are both visually appealing and emotionally resonant.
Can you give us some examples of what that looks like in practice?
Sure, they might advise a treatment center to use imagery that evokes feelings of peace, serenity, renewal.
Okay.
Things like nature scenes, soft lighting, genuine smiles.
Right.
They might also suggest using language that's hopeful and empowering,
Okay.
focusing on the possibilities of recovery rather than the despair of addiction.
It's about painting a picture of a brighter future,
Exactly.
showing people that there's hope beyond the darkness of addiction.
Right, and they're doing it in a way that feels authentic and genuine, which is crucial for building trust.
Now, with all this talk about branding and marketing, it's important to remember that the ultimate goal is to drive results.
Of course.
What kind of results does MasterMindSEO claim to deliver for their clients?
Well, they're actually quite transparent about their track record.
Okay.
They share case studies and testimonials on their website,
Okay.
highlighting the increases in website traffic leads and admissions that their clients have experienced.
So they're willing to put their money where their mouth is.
They are, and they're not shy about sharing the numbers. They claim that clients who partner with them for a year or longer typically see a doubling of their website traffic
Wow.
and a 50% increase in admissions directly attributed to their efforts.
Those are impressive numbers.
They are, but they also emphasize the importance of patience
Right.
and a long-term approach to SEO.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly. They're upfront about the fact that building a strong online presence and seeing tangible results takes time and consistent effort.
It's not magic.
It's not. They even provide estimated timelines for when clients can expect to see certain milestones,
Okay.
acknowledging that it can take several months to achieve significant organic ranking improvements.
So they're setting realistic expectations.
Right, they're focused on building sustainable growth, not just chasing quick wins that might not last.
That's the sign of a company that's truly invested in their clients' long-term success.
I agree, and it's refreshing to see a marketing company that's as committed to ethical practices as they are to results.
Absolutely. It's a powerful combination. They're not just helping treatment centers grow their business, they're helping them make a positive impact in the world.
Well said.
Wow. It's amazing how much we've learned just from exploring MasterMindSEO's website.
I know, right? It's like a whole world of addiction treatment marketing that I never knew existed.
Me too. And what strikes me is how they seem to really tailor their approach to each individual treatment center.
Yeah, it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of deal.
Not at all. They really emphasize that personalized approach.
And it seems to be working for them. I mean, those results they're getting for their clients are pretty impressive.
Yeah. A 2 times increase in website traffic and a 50% boost in admissions, that's huge.
Yeah, that's not just luck. That's a sign of a company that knows what they're doing.
Right. They have a deep understanding of the industry and they're willing to put in the work to get those results.
And they're not overpromising either, you know?
Right. They're not saying, oh, we'll get you to the top of Google in a week.
Exactly. They're realistic about the time and effort it takes to build a strong online presence.
That honesty is refreshing. So many marketing companies are all smoke and mirrors.
I know, it's like they're trying to blind you with science.
Right, but MasterMindSEO, they're transparent about their process and their results.
And they're ethical too, you know, that whole legit script certification thing. It's not just a gimmick for them.
It's like a core value.
Exactly. They're committed to doing things the right way.
And I think that's something potential clients should really pay attention to.
Oh, absolutely.
In an industry that's won its share of shady operators, it's good to see a company that's setting a higher standard.
I agree. They're leading by example, showing that you can be successful without compromising your integrity.
Exactly. So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one thing that stands out to you the most about MasterMindSEO?
That's a tough one. There's so much to admire about their approach. I think for me, it's their dedication to the mission of addiction treatment.
Yeah.
You know, it's clear they're not just in it for the money. They genuinely want to help people overcome addiction and rebuild their lives.
I agree. You can really sense that passion in everything they do.
It's in their marketing. It's in their software recommendations. It's in their commitment to ethical practices.
They're not just selling a service, they're advocating for a cause.
Exactly. And that's what makes them so special.
Well said. I think that's a perfect note to end on.
Yeah.
So, to our listeners out there, we hope you've enjoyed this deep dive into the world of addiction treatment marketing.
It's a fascinating field.
It is, and we've just scratched the surface, but hopefully this has given you a better understanding of the complexities involved, the challenges, the opportunities, and most importantly, the importance of choosing a marketing partner who not only understands the technical stuff, but also has a heart for this mission.
Absolutely. Finding the right partner can make all the difference.
It can. So, if you're involved in addiction treatment or thinking about starting a treatment center or sober living home, we encourage you to check out MasterMindSEO and see what they're all about.
They're definitely worth a look.
They are. And that's it for this episode of The Deep Dive. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.